Well, I think it's really interesting. So I was having a conversation with my sister, and she's 17, and so I honestly like really look to her for insight for how like young people are looking at the world. And I recommend that people have a young person in their life to consult about these things because it really like I think enriches my understanding of our present moment and material reality. She said that, a couple years ago, no, people didn't believe in climate change, or they would try to like justify how it's not happening through like scientific data and like, looking at how the stats aren't that bad. And, people didn't think it was a real big deal. And she said now people are shitting their pants because it is undeniable. Like, just like all the things you describe, all these billions of sea creatures being cooked alive. I believe 800 people passed away from the heat in the Pacific Northwest, most of whom were probably like unsheltered, right? Like poor and unsheltered, or, just didn't have access to a cool, safe environment, right? And so we know that the most vulnerable people in the world experience the impacts of climate change first. And it's happening everywhere. These fires, the heat waves, the abnormal weather patterns. And so people are starting to freak out, and it's kind of unfortunate too, because there's a difference between like acknowledging a material reality and being hopeless, and acknowledging it and still having some revolutionary optimism, which is very difficult. And I don't blame people for quote shitting their pants, or, feeling like we're in just this apocalyptic scenario, because it is an apocalyptic scenario.